Welcome back to the Alleged Podcast. This is episode 41.
Yep.
Today's the first day we seen snow.
And it didn't stick, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And basically everyone had it all over their fucking Snapchat. Like they've
Yeah, I know. I
in
saw
their
fucking
goddamn life.
people walking out there like, ooh, with their fucking phones.
That
like,
was
get
one
of
of the
here.
reasons I was very happy I wasn't here for class today, because it's like the amount of people I wanted to want to put in the ground.
And you know what? Want to know what's funny? And like, this is like really ironic, but like, you don't know the song, but there's a song by the Rolling Stones called "Winter." Literally started playing in my shuffle as I walked out of class. It was like pretty like funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, so I wasn't really excited, but I knew it wasn't gonna stick. I mean, I know we're getting like to that like. Have you been like warming up your car and shit like that in the morning now?
Not really.
Today was the first day.
Today was really the first day that
Really?
I had did it. Yeah.
I didn't have any.
Warm it up.
I didn't have any frost on my car today
Me
at all.
either.
Oh, okay. So you just warming it up.
I was
Okay.
just warming it up because
Yeah.
Mom was like, "It's cold out there. You should probably warm it up."
Yeah, the other day my car was like covered in it. It was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I had it the other morning. Yeah.
It's pretty fucked up.
Point being, we've seen snow, and I'm so sick of looking through my Snapchat, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, there's snow! What?" Like, Jesus Christ, you live.
Lord Jesus.
Lord Jesus.
You live where it snows.
Yeah, when we had pulled in today, like to the parking lot, this lady, I don't know if I think she might have been pissed at me
She probably
because I didn't turn with the turn signal,
You
but it
did.
doesn't matter. She had to wait for me to pass either way.
Yeah.
And she was like,
She was
yelling
trying to
at
pull
us.
out and turn right, and I was coming in from the other way, turning left into the parking lot, and she was like sitting at her wheel in her little ass car, and she was going off. And
It was so
what did she say?
She was probably saying like something fuck, like you motherfucker.
No, she looked
You
like
motherfucker.
you know how you like say the words like
Probably saying it
fucking
fuck,
fucker
fuck.
or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. That's it. That's like I think that's what she was saying.
Fucking fuckity fuck.
Like
These
she
fucking
repeated the
young
same.
kids.
She repeated the same words in like two different contexts. She's like, "You fucking fucker,"
Yeah.
or something
yeah,
like that.
Probably something like that.
And I thought it was funny because I stared her down because I was just so confused, and she was looking at me, but she didn't look like she was attacking me.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't look like she was saying any more towards me. I don't know if she got scared because I noticed, or if she was
You're
like
"Oh,
freaking
the
out.
old lady."
If she remembered, like, oh, I forgot I was going to McDonald's today, and McDonald's is that way. And she's just pissed that she was going the wrong way.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Though.
So you had a presentation today
Yes, I
in
did.
speech, and it was about Jimmy Page and how he was good before 1 year and he sucked afterwards. And I
Live.
live, okay. And I told you that as a non-musician.
No, I know. Basically, Tyler told me the other day that this might be really hard to explain to people that are non-musicians. But no, I broke it down in a way that I can explain it. Like I just explained to him, look, at this point, he had been touring nonstop with the Yardbirds and Zeppelin. I mean, he was in the Yardbirds for 2 years, and then he created Zeppelin. And then from on that to 1973, he had been playing shows nonstop for 8 years. And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And into that, too, in 1970, he started doing heroin. So it's all of that mixed together. And that's, in 1974, they didn't tour. They just they did some gigs here and there. They made an album. And that was it. And when Jimmy wasn't playing with the band, Robert, in his autobiography, Robert Plant, the singer, said that he really wasn't playing guitar too much when he was just by himself. He was doing a lot of drugs and fucking around. So I think at that point is when he kind of ruined his playing. I mean, that was it. Not playing as much, not practicing as much. It's just, it all kind of collides there. And then I talked about how he fucked up his finger. He sprained and then broke the same finger in the 1975 tour. And then I talked about, continuing on with the drugs. And I think I made a fair point. And you didn't see the video, but, I mean, you can see pretty clear, or hear pretty clearly, that I did 1973, 1975, and then 1979. And, the whole point of the presentation that I did, because I fucking hate it when people try to cover up shit just because it's their inspiration.
Well,
You know what I mean? It's bullshit.
Yeah, no,
It's
I
bullshit.
totally get what you're saying. Like, we're gonna talk about Louis C.K. here in a minute,
Yeah.
but like, it's easy for people to be like, if Casey Neistat, something happened to him where he changed a lot, and people were like calling him out, I'd feel really bad. because like
Well,
that guy.
People kind of are though. If you ever read the comments, people are like, "Oh, now he's just kind of making promotional videos and doing this and that."
That's kind of true.
But I mean, in my opinion, I think he just got a little tired of the vlogging, and I mean, the fucking guy has a company. I mean,
I'm
whatever.
not gonna lie, I haven't really watched his videos lately.
No, I watch them whenever they come out. The only one I didn't watch was the one that came out today. It's a fucking my opinion on the iPhone X.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch it, but I'm like, I'm almost done with this season because I watched The Sopranos again. Anyways. So, yeah, but that's the only one I haven't seen. I mean, I don't know. I like his videos still. I mean, he's still got his own style. And I really liked his video where he, like, talked about the fucking New York incident, about that terrorist attack with the truck.
Did you hear what happened to his video, though?
It got taken down?
It didn't get taken down. It was demonetized.
Oh, well, figured, yeah.
It was demonetized because it talked about a tragedy.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't, it was about, like, fundraising and stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
Philip DeFranco was calling out YouTube because they said YouTube responded to Casey saying, "We love your videos, but our policy says we have to demonetize about tragedies."
Didn't they also do that for something else?
I don't remember. Right? I don't know.
Because I don't know. I mean, are you sure Phil DeFranco was talking about that, or was it?
It was just recent.
Yeah,
it wasn't that one.
I didn't see the video, but I know he talked about it.
It wasn't that one. I don't think. I think it was something else.
No, it was about his fundraising video for. It was about Casey's fundraising video.
Which one though? It's not. That wasn't for the terrorist one, right?
Oh no! Well, it was for whatever happened in New York.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm not talking about the terrorist attack that was like in the bike path. I'm talking about before that. You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about something. I'm talking about the one that just happened.
I know, but that one. I don't know. I know I saw his video about it, but I don't know nothing about the demonetization. I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about the one before.
No,
before it.
No, I'm talking about the one that just happened. Like this was just within like the last, whenever.
Probably like the last week or so,
yeah,
something like that.
And he put out a video saying, "Hey, we should start a fundraiser," and he had this whole GoFundMe thing, and YouTube demonetized the video. And they're like, "Look, we like what you're doing, but this is about tragedy, and our policy says we can't monetize videos about tragedy." And then Philip DeFranco said, "That's bullshit because Jimmy Kimmel has a whole thing about this, and he's getting money off of it because there's ads on it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "There's a whole like double standard selection process here that YouTube is not." Abiding by, even though they defend themselves when they do demonetize people.
I think so he did make a video about the thing that happened in New York, but I think what you're talking about is a video where he's talking about Las Vegas, because that's the one with the fundraiser.
Is it?
That came out a month ago.
Hold on.
Because I think that was the same thing with Jimmy Kimmel. They both talked about it, and then he got fucked.
Hold on. Now I gotta look
because the other one came out just a week ago, and that's not. I mean, he didn't even talk about a monetization on that one. I don't think. But the Las Vegas one, yeah, that's the one.
Who didn't talk about demonetization?
Well, no, I don't think Casey talked about it for this video, the NYC terror attack.
What do you?
I'm talking about that happened to him with the "Let's Help the Victims of Las Vegas Attack," because then. Just a few videos later, it says demonetized.
Hold on. We're going to pause a minute so I can look.
Okay. I know he's had that picture for a long time, but I never saw his background.
Yeah. No, so you were right. I had went back yesterday while I was at the gym and watched some that I missed like a month ago. And I got that mixed up with the ones that I just watched.
Yeah.
His daily ones. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's why I was just like a little like hiddled about it, but I knew you were talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Louis C.K.
Yep.
He's fucked.
And it's like these guys, they have. It's like every accusation that comes out, like from these model or not models. Why did I say models? From these people, whether they're actresses or whatever. They're all like the same type of setup story. Like like Louis C.K., he has an issue with masturbation and people watching him masturbate, I guess. And Harvey Weinstein, it was always like, "Hey, come to my hotel room, watch me shower, or give me a massage." Louis C.K. has 5 accusations against him.
Yeah.
Some of them were already reported a while back.
Yeah. Well, some of them are also like rumors that were just like known throughout Hollywood.
Yeah, and Louis C.K. said, well, if you keep spreading around like rumors, they're going to become reality.
Yeah.
Like they're going to become too real to be like not true.
Has he made any statements on this?
He hasn't. He has only... I don't think he's made any statements so far. I know he was like not taking like questions about this. Like he was not going to answer questions about it.
Yeah.
But do you know about like what accusations do you know about?
Well, I know
besides like there are 5.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's the one masturbation one, right? Like some chick saw him doing it, and then she was like, "Nah," right?
Well, no, not really. So it starts in like the mid 90s and goes to like the mid 2000s with these accusations. There's one in 2002 with 2 women. These women were invited back to his hotel room after like some celebration that they did. Like I guess no bars were open, so they still wanted to celebrate. So they went back to his hotel room, and like as soon as they got in here, he was like, "Hey, do you mind if I just start masturbating?"
Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And he was and they didn't really like. They just started laughing, like he was just being him and joking, but he just started doing it.
Yeah.
And like they stayed and they watched, but as soon as he was like finished, they left.
Yeah.
So that's one incident with 2 women. The next incident happened a year later in 2003 with somebody who was working on set with him of a TV pilot, and he had called. Oh no, this is another woman actually, who was like had a comedian husband. And she like looked up to him, and so she called to say like, "Hey, do you want to come out to one of my shows?" Because she's also a comedian too.
Fatality.
And on the phone, like I guess their conversation kind of moved to like sexual things, and he started to breathe heavy, and like his voice was quivering.
Yeah.
She described, and she realized like she could hear him masturbating in the background.
Yeah.
That was in 2003. In 2005, another woman who was working on set of of a TV pilot he was working on, he had came up to her and said, "Hey, do you want to go back to your dressing room and watch me masturbate?" And she was like, "Dude, you have a wife and you have kids." And she said his face got red, and like he said, "Oh, well, I have issues." Like almost like a weak moment for him. And that was also a TV pilot that Courtney Cox and David Arquette were producers or directors of, and like they confirmed like that they were told about this when it happened.
Oh, okay.
And she didn't want to do anything about it because then it would like they'd have to stop the whole production, and she didn't want to stop the whole production.
Yeah,
so
plus nothing happened, you know.
Yeah, but
well, I mean, it's not as bad if it did happen.
It's still sexual harassment.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying for their sake, for fucking David Arquette and Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
As long as nothing happened, it's like, all right, fuck it, we'll just let it slide.
Well,
if
no,
it did happen,
it wasn't them that made the decision. It was up to the girl who was.
Oh, she made that decision.
Yeah, she made that decision.
Yeah.
You know, Courtney Cox can't be like, well, we don't really care what happened. We're not stopping this. No, if something happened, they could do that.
Yeah.
But they would probably get hurt. And, you know, they didn't see no reason because you're right, nothing physical happened.
Really
but
happened.
It was.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, do you want to go through with this or do you not? And she was like, no, I don't. You know, we'll keep going. I don't want to be the reason because then this whole thing would blow up bigger than it might. I don't know. But she probably regrets that. And then in the 90s, an anonymous person came out. She was working on the Chris Rock show with him.
Yeah.
And he did the same thing. He asked her to watch him masturbate.
Yeah.
And the only reason she complied because she was a low executive, and she thought, well, you're high powered. I'm a low executive, so yeah, I will.
Yeah.
And she also thought it was a part of the culture.
It's a little weird, but okay.
Well,
I mean, it kind of makes sense, though, a little bit.
Is it, though, we've talked about this casting couch thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the same exact thing. She was low executive. She thought if she complied with him, he might give her a little
Yeah.
more, a little bit higher.
But this was in the 2000s?
This was in the late 90s.
Late 90s. All right. I mean, I guess I could see that.
And so in the 90s situation and in the 2003 situation, the New York Times confirmed with like people that at that time they were told about the incident by the people it happened to.
Yeah.
So there's confirmation there. And then in 2009, Louis C.K. allegedly tried to apologize to the girl who heard him on the phone masturbating through Facebook.
Oh.
And then in 2015, he tried to apologize to the girl on the David Arquette, Courtney Cox TV pilot through email and a phone call. And the New York Times saw these messages and confirmed that like they exist.
Yeah.
So he is basically confirming without it being like public, like he didn't come out with this. It was come out by the victims that he had done these things. And it doesn't like the fact that all these stories are kind of similar. It all has to evolve around girls watching him masturbate. And then his act kind of has evolved with some of these bits.
Yeah, and he talks about masturbation a lot.
It doesn't surprise me. Like, I believe this is all real. I believe he did all these things.
Same.
I totally believe he did all these things. Whether I like him or not, I totally believe he did all these things.
Yeah.
And it's sad because, like I said, I told you that Times came out with a report of 30 guys who have been accused of doing sexual misconduct since Harvey Weinstein's been called out. How long ago was Harvey Weinstein called out?
Probably less than 2 months ago.
Less than 2 months ago.
Probably. Maybe 2 months. I don't know.
And all of these guys throughout media, Hollywood, and entertainment are being called out. Like, what does that mean for the stigma around women holding these secrets?
Well, I think maybe certain things are going to be changing within the grounds of Hollywood.
What?
What?
Can you get a what?
Nothing.
Okay.
Pay to win. Anyways, I think stuff is going to be changing within Hollywood and stuff like that, but I don't think that I don't know how much lasting like power this is really going to have. You know what I mean? Because I feel like once we get away from this and we go on to another thing, I feel like after a while this might just go back the other way around.
Well,
but at the same time, I mean,
think if there's any time for victims, most likely women, to step up and like take this full frontal, I think it's now because they totally have the upper hand.
Oh yeah.
They have Hollywood in a chokehold.
Yeah.
They could use, I shouldn't say they can use this to their advantage because it should never have happened.
Yeah.
But
it
did happen, if all these allegations are true, these women have a chance to make things how they should be. They obviously feel at a disadvantage through pay wages and having to do extra just to get somewhere that men don't have to like do extra to do because they're men. So they totally have the advantage here to say, you know, we're victims and you guys have been playing us the whole time. You've been getting away with it far too long. You need to stop and you need to give us, you know, a little bit more leadway because you're totally taking advantage of us in more ways than one, and it's unfair. And it totally is.
Yeah. Do you think though that this is gonna do you think this is gonna make a huge impact though on like Hollywood in general?
Yeah.
With what is I'm saying like in the sense of what ends up becoming, I don't know how to explain it. Like what ends up being released. You know what I mean?
Like content supervision, you think that there's
Yeah,
gonna
do you
be,
think that's going to change?
like, not just people, not like editors, but people who come in and like look at what you're making
Well,
and saying whether it's okay or
what
not?
I'm trying to say, do you think Hollywood's going to change? Because, like, we're getting rid of this male superiority that was controlling Hollywood. Do you think now is going to become not even like feminine,
Softer?
just like not softer, just like, do you think it's going to change? I don't know how to explain it. Like productions, like, do you think it's just gonna people are gonna put focus into different things that we don't normally?
Well, yeah, because I think if films are dominated by men,
Most of them are.
crew members, there's topics that men definitely feel they can create better than others. So, like, a woman might want to create topics such that has to do with environmental things or nature not nature, I meant like nature, nurture. So, like, topics that men don't normally go after in movies. They normally go after the superheroes or the action or the comedies. Like, those are easy things for men to totally dominate to create. So I think, there might be things such as, I don't want to say this, but like left-wing culture things.
Yeah. And that's what I'm worried about. I don't want there to be this left-wing upbringing in these movies, which there already is.
But there's a whole left-wing revolution, and
Yeah,
I don't
I
even
know.
think these, like, since this whole election and listening to,
Well, even before this election, I mean, a lot of this started in, around like 2011, 2012 with all these hipsters coming
but
out.
I
and people
haven't
becoming more sensitive.
personally, I haven't followed it like that. But since this whole election, and even before the election happened, when it was like just gaining traction, I started paying attention and watching the news and listening to different political podcasts, reading different things. I've totally become more core conservative than I ever thought I would be.
Yeah, I think we both have. It's just kind of how it is.
Because people are taking so many things
Out of line.
out of line, out of direction, out of context.
And not these scandals, but just in general with most of what's going on now.
Being offended by everything, picking everything from like the little details that really don't matter, taking things out of context that aren't even like relatively similar.
I think we talked about it. It's just fucked up that all these liberals don't want you to be judging groups of people and themselves, but then they're allowed to call somebody a racist. What if I just said out of nowhere the N-word right now, and then I didn't address it. There was nothing about it. I just said it, and I just went on, and it had no context whatsoever. It didn't mean anything. I just felt like saying the word. They would be like, he's racist. Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
But it's not racist. There's nothing racist about it. It's a word.
Right.
And there is an offensive, bad meaning behind it. But at the same time, you can't just call somebody a racist who's not a fucking racist.
Right.
Just because they said something.
Right.
It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's bullshit. They want to put this whole thing where you're allowed to identify somebody if you think they're bad. But you're not allowed to identify them as bad, even though.
And it's not even it used to be about if you identify as something else, but you're a person who doesn't believe in that, that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're not attacking them. But now if you just come out and say, I don't believe in that,
yeah,
you're targeted by them. You're targeted, and it's a hate crime because you don't like it. Like, it used to be okay where you could just say, okay, you don't have to like it as long as you don't attack them for it. But now if you just stay quiet because you don't like it, it's a hate crime.
Yeah.
Like, just because you don't like it or you don't believe in it, it's a hate crime now. And you think you're totally anti whatever it is.
Yeah. No, I think they've totally taken the liberal agenda and basically ruined it. They've tainted it. I mean, I worry about this fucking generation. What we're all going to look like. When me and you were 40 years old, what is our fucking country going to look like? I mean, are these people still going to be these sensitive little fuckbags?
You know how your grandpa is at, how old is he?
78.
You know how your grandpa is towards the world at 78 years old?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be like at 40.
Yeah, probably. I just...
No. Is that an option?
It is an option.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's an option, but
it's not.
Just saying.
It's up. It is partially up to me to like accept things, which I do. I accept things. It doesn't mean I have to like it.
He's just saying though. We're almost 20 years old, and we're already pissed at the young generation, and we're a part of it. We're already pissed at them.
Mostly
it makes sense.
Mostly left-wing ideology.
Yeah, and I'm not saying. I mean, I'm not like full conservative. Like I said, I think I'll just be libertarian no matter what. I mean, even that, I don't even know if I'm libertarian. I don't know what the fuck. But still,
I think the closest I am to libertarian is independent.
Yeah,
that's the closest I am.
But I fucking hate the word libertarian because it's supposed to be you side with Republican, you side with Democrat. But why the fuck did Democrats get the first half of the word? Like liberal, libertarian, Republican. Libertarian, Republican. It's bullshit. Why did conservatives get the other half? Well, who fucking decided that shit?
I don't know.
Bullshit.
You should read.
Because libertarian makes you sound like a liberal, does it not?
Yeah, it does.
It sounds like it. I mean, they should have a more equalized word for that because it seems unfair.
The closest I'll ever.
Life is unfair.
Now,
I know.
I believe in liberal things. I believe in, I believe in gay marriage.
Yeah.
I believe in LGBTQ rights. I believe that if you want to identify as somebody, you can. You have the right to.
Go the fuck ahead.
But at the same time, I don't believe in the people who support it and make it what it's not.
Yeah.
And make people out who don't believe in it what they aren't. I don't believe in that at all, which makes me push conservative. But it doesn't mean that I don't believe that people have the right to do that stuff.
And you have this
core conservatives don't believe in any of that.
Yeah. Is it Antifa or Anifa? What is it called? Antifa. What the fuck is that?
Do you know what it is?
No, I'm saying I know what it is, but what the fuck? You have these people who are preaching for peace on earth and all of us to be equal, but then what the fuck are they doing it? They're doing it with violence. The fuck is that shit?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well,
there shouldn't be anything as a radical fucking liberal if you're preaching for peace.
Because there's some of them that say, well, violence is necessary sometimes if... Basically, I've heard one of the leaders say violence is necessary sometimes if we don't believe in what they're standing up for. What? That is totally what you're fighting against.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're fighting against people who it's terrible. You have Antifa on one side and then basically neo-Nazis on the alt-right side.
Yeah.
Now, it's like I totally saw this political spectrum as like Democrats, independent, Republicans, but now it's alt-left, Democrats, independent, Republicans, alt-right.
Yeah.
And it's like...
The fuck?
It's just going to keep extending. There's going to be neo-Nazis, and then there's going to be people who just hate, like me and you are people haters.
Yeah,
but there's going to be people haters out there that, like, go and kill.
Yeah.
Just out of, because they hate people. Not for, like, any core motivation. Like, most people who, like, do mass shootings, there's, like, a real, like, motivation, whether it's religion or anti-this or anti-that. There's going to be a mass shooter who just goes out to kill because they don't like the world anymore.
Yeah. And I know that we're fucking college students and it's kind of contradicts our fucking shit, but I get fucking angry when you have these little motherfuckers, like people at Berkeley, who are fucking preaching for, free speech, and I have been for years and years and years and years and years, preaching this liberal agenda, fucking, First Amendment and all that bullshit. But at the same time, they're trying to identify speech. They're trying to put labels on what comes out of your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And look, if some guy from the KKK is going this N-word and that N-word, yeah, you can identify that as hate speech, okay? Yeah. He's a racist motherfucker. But if we're going to talk about, which has a probable fucking thing, how transgender people can possibly have mental illnesses. It's a possibility. It's very prominent with science right now. They're trying to figure this shit out.
It depends on what you identify a mental illness as.
Yeah, but I'm just saying they're trying to push away people that are talking. they're preaching for science. Most liberals believe in science, but they only want to believe in the science that applies to them.
Right.
They don't
That
want
is
to
what-
fucking...
That's what liberalism is
Yeah.
now. It's we believe in this, and if it contradicts us, we're
Fuck
not
it.
believing in it.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's fake news to them. Like,
I mean, do you think there's going to be a certain point when the fucking school systems are just like, we're just not teaching biology anymore, it's over?
why wouldn't they? You know, why
Or
would
fucking anatomy. What's the point?
why wouldn't
The
that be
fuck's
the
the point?
future? Because at this point, if they're gonna start preaching acceptance of these people who identify as this, then why would they teach pure biology? They wouldn't. They would create a whole new system called, like, I don't even know. It wouldn't be called biology, though. It would be something way more general than that. Maybe called, like, humans. Homo sapiens. Like, just straight up generalized. Let's learn about the body.
Yeah.
Or that's what the class would be called, the body.
Yeah.
Or what's a scientific way to say the body? Botulism.
I don't fucking know. But
It's a hill, and it only goes down.
and it's fucked up too, because I mean, probably none of these people have any, thing that they could back this up on.
No, they're
Nothing.
that's a whole
Nothing.
That's a whole other thing in itself. Uneducation.
Yeah.
That is, and those are the people that call for peace and use violence to get it.
Yeah.
Because they're uneducated, and they're blind, and they have tunnel vision. They don't know. Hi. They
You
don't
know those people, or they're
no,
just waving?
I don't know those people.
Yeah, fans. Anyways,
We're gonna take a break.
Yeah. get a little heated.
Don't-
Trigger.
Don't get.
Oh, wait. Before we go on break, we've got 9 visitors to our fucking website that I haven't done shit with yet.
Wow. Are they frequent?
I don't know. June was our most. We had 16 visitors. And then
Ooh.
July we had 4.
Oh.
August 5. September 2. October 9. November 9th. And this is the first time in November that I'm going on.
Dang.
What?
It's pretty awesome. At all on our website?
Like me and you?
I mean, yeah, her too, if you want.
Well, yeah, her obviously. But I was thinking that's what she does.
Yeah.
That was the point.
But that's why I was saying me and you too.
Yeah, sure. Doesn't matter.
We can.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
an
just saying,
idea.
well, I mean, not even just articles, like blog posts or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a nice, like, medium. Like, maybe like to recap our podcast or something like that. Or talk about random shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
Break time?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're back.
We are back, and something just happened.
So while we were on break, I decided to look at some news, and there is an update.
Oh, I just got that now.
Yeah,
Whoa.
there is an update to the Louis C.K. story. He has released his own statement claiming that all the accusations are
true.
very true.
And did he say anything else?
Yeah, there's a whole very long statement. I read through the first 2 paragraphs and I skimmed through the rest because it was basically just, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And the statement basically reads that they're true, and he took his power over women that admired him for granted, and he told himself that it was okay at the time because he never did not expose himself without asking first,
Yeah.
and he thought that was okay, but he now realizes, or did realize at some point, that it wasn't, and that he's apologizing to basically everybody, and he's going to take some time to step back and listen.
Okay.
That's what he said. And all of everything that Netflix has canceled his comedy show.
Yeah, Horace and Pete.
HBO has retracted everything related to him from their streaming services.
Yeah.
And his new movie is
It's not being
released.
made, yeah. Or
made,
yeah,
whatever.
Produced, yeah, whatever
Yeah.
the fuck, yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, at least he's not being a pussbag about it. He's like, you know, at least admitting to it. And he did say that he was, to that one chick, that he was like sick-minded or something like that, or just like fucked up. I mean, I guess I get where he's coming from in the sense that like he asked these women. It wasn't like he did it. But the thing is, though, he didn't ask that one chick where he was jerking off on the phone, you know?
True.
But at the same time, I mean, maybe he does have something fucked up about him, and this is just something he needs to do to get off or something like that. Maybe he needs help, and he didn't want to see help. He's too embarrassed about it, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm not really sure how I feel about it still. I think it's still fucked up, but I think I'm a little happy that he's at least admitting to it. He's not like these other guys that are like, nope, I didn't do it. Nope.
Well, the other guys are like, no, I didn't do it, or if I did it, I'm sorry.
If I did it, yeah, like fucking OJ, if I did it.
If I did it, I'm sorry, I was drunk and in a bad time in my life.
Come on, Kevin, you're not that good of an actor. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Not that believable. Anyway, so, yeah, no, I don't know really how I feel about it still. I mean, look, even though this shit is fucked up, I still want him to be part of the industry, because I really love his work, you know. But if this gets worse for him or something like that, then I mean, you know, you got to be like Goodfellas, you know, you got to turn your back on him. I mean, that's it, you know.
Yeah. So what if you were his boss, or like what if you?
Well, right now I think they're doing the right thing and get rid of all his shit. Because I mean,
I'm just saying, you say you want to keep him in the industry. What if you?
I don't want to keep him. I hope that maybe something can happen where he can, you know, I mean, he already made a public statement, a public apology, but I'm not really sure what else can really happen for him to where it can turn around. Maybe if he does give it time, and maybe he can apologize to these women in person or something like that. Hopefully, because like I said, I understand where he's coming from with some of that. You know, I mean, he's fucked up in the head.
Doesn't make it okay.
Doesn't make it okay, but I can understand where he's coming from with it. And maybe he just, I don't know, just not in the right place.
Yeah.
You know, maybe needs therapy or something.
Well,
but
this list of 30 men that I have.
Do you want to list any of them off or say their names?
Well, I could tell you one of them is one of our former presidents, not named Bill Clinton, obviously, because he's already been through hell.
He's already been through that, yeah.
Hell and back.
He was on Conan. He was on Conan the other day.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
It kind of surprises me that we can just accept him like that now. You know, he was almost impeached for his sex life, and now he's just like, yeah, Bill Clinton.
Hillary.
Yeah. All right, so do you know who Steven Seagal is?
Steven Seagal? Yeah, I heard about that too. That guy's a sick fuck.
He looks like a sick fuck.
He is a sick fuck. They talk about him on Tom Segura's podcast all the time. They make fun of him. Yeah, no, look it up later. They like watch his trailers and shit. It's hilarious.
Jeffrey Tambor, do you know who that is?
Is that an actor?
Yes, Jeffrey Tambor.
Well, yeah, you can talk, but let me look it up.
He's the dad from Arrested Development.
What?
Yeah.
No. What?
Yep. Kevin Spacey, obviously. He denies his allegations. Not Kevin
Jeffrey?
Spacey. Jeffrey Tambor denies the allegations.
He seems like such a nice. That's so sad. Fuck. That sucks.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Ed Westick. You probably don't know.
Gossip Girl.
Guy from Gossip Girl.
Oh yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh yeah, I heard about that too.
Brett Ratner, director producer. Jeremy Diven. I'm not. Is that the guy that you showed us on Twitter?
Are you talking about Pivot?
Or no, his name is Diven.
Jeremy.
Or maybe I was supposed to write that.
Diven. Hold on. How do you spell that? Diven.
Diven.
Piven. It's Piven.
Oh, Charlie Sheen was also accused of raping a 13-year-old
boy
during the filming of Lucas.
Yeah. And he denies it.
Yep. And his mother, apparently, I saw a headline that the mother of the boy doesn't blame Charlie Sheen.
Dumbass.
Not like I don't blame you for doing this. Like she kind of blames.
Her son?
I don't know who she blames. I didn't read it, but that's just the
Well,
headline.
she doesn't blame Charlie Sheen. She's blaming her son. I mean, what?
Or maybe she blames herself
Maybe.
for not protecting
Maybe.
her son.
Maybe. But still, that doesn't... I mean...
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Like,
Does
this
not make sense.
this pedophile
Wait.
fucking took my son and fucked him. Oh, it's my fault. Get the fuck out of here. No, it's bullshit.
Oh, no. It says... Corey Haim's mother says Charlie Sheen did not abuse her late son, but claims another man did.
Okay. I don't know. Charlie Sheen's kind of a loose cannon, so I wouldn't be surprised, but at the same time, I don't know. Guy thought he had tiger blood.
The guy thought he had a lot of things.
Winning.
So, who else we got here? We got Mark Halperin, who was an NBC media guy. R. Kelly.
Obviously.
Yeah, come on.
George H.W. Bush.
Really?
Yes.
Not a surprise.
Let's see.
Junior, right?
Junior,
right?
No, the father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
The guy in the wheelchair.
Oh.
David Blaine.
What a surprise.
Ben Affleck.
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, not a surprise at all. He's a
fucking Batman.
He's a jerkbag.
Batman, really?
Oh, wait a minute. Are they gonna stop that Justice League movie now?
I don't know.
I hope they do, because it looks like
I
shit.
wanted to see it.
Looks like shit.
Oh, so you condone Ben Affleck's actions?
I didn't condone Ben Affleck's
Just because he's
actions.
a good...
I want to see the movie. They better get a substitute or some shit.
Oh, they replaced Spacey in one of his movies already.
Okay, see if they can replace
That's
him.
supposed to be...
But they already, you don't understand that. They already shot the whole movie.
That's supposed to be released in 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
Yeah. Fucked up.
crazy. How are they going to do that?
I don't know. They're probably not.
Let's see. Kevin Spacey. Do you know who Hamilton Fish is?
That sounds like Hamilton. Like
Sounds like a band that just
He's-
never made it.
He's president and publisher of the New Republic. I guess it's
Hamilton
a
what?
magazine. Hamilton Fish. Oh, Stephen Collins. He played in Seventh Heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Baker. He was a reporter.
Wait, whoa. Hamilton Fish?
Yeah.
This guy's from the 1800s.
No,
No,
you're looking at a
you're
wrong
looking at
Hamilton
the old
Fish.
Hamilton.
And then who'd you say after that?
Stephen Collins.
Stephen Collins. I think I've heard that name.
You'll probably recognize his face when you see him.
I think I kind of do already. Oh, no. Yeah, no. I know who it is. Wow.
Let's see.
Well, we're just naming off fucking rapists this whole show. Oh, the rape show.
Do you know who Robert Scobley is?
Robert Scobley.
Microsoft employee.
No.
Tech evangelist. Chris Savino.
Chris Savino.
He is the creator of the network's animated series, Humna's favorite show, The Loud House.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That guy kind of looks like a creep.
David Blaine, Bob Weinstein.
Any relation to Harvey?
Yes.
Okay, figures.
Figures.
gotta keep
It's
it
no
in the
surprise.
family.
The brothers were, you know.
Well, I mean, it's like the fucking, the Vegas shooter's brother. Oh, we're a great family. I don't know why he would fucking do this shit.
Child porn.
Yeah, and then he's fucking jerking off to a fucking kid.
Yeah.
Fucking another kid. I mean, what the fuck? I don't know. That whole family was fucked. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of men in the hole.
Yeah.
Because they're sticking their penises in the holes
Yeah.
that they're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked.
Yeah. Hollywood. I mean, you think anybody wants to go into Hollywood nowadays?
Mm-mm.
I think people still do, but
I
they're probably
think
they're
they
probably
do.
like, what the fuck?
This
Like-
industry is just like who's left? You know, who's
Yeah.
left? You think there's gonna be a decline in movies?
Well, that's what I was trying to say earlier. Like, do you think the heads of this whole industry are gonna change so drastically that it's gonna be just like way different. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't
know.
It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thor was good though.
It was.
Thor. Now we're going right to that.
Thor was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend it. I don't usually watch Marvel movies, but Thor was really good, actually.
Yeah.
I was trying to think. I'm like, I don't know if the story was actually that good, but then I thought about it more. I'm like, no, I guess it kind of lined up. I don't want to tell the story, but
Yeah.
it was not bad. It was actually pretty good.
I feel bad still about those bird. That one bird. Did he tell you about the bird?
No.
You didn't tell her about the bird? Wow. Well, no,
I probably told her about it if he actually killed it.
I was bitching out these fucking birds as we were walking out because there were a bunch of fucking seagulls. I was like, you little motherfuckers and all this shit. And I was screaming at the top of my lungs while we're in a parking lot. And then we go to my car and there's this pigeon just like walking around and we scared it away and it almost got murdered by a car. And then it was like by my car. And then I'm like screaming, I think get away from my car. And then it like nods its head over like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I kind of felt bad because like when I was driving home, I'm like, you know, I mean, this is why.
Bird. You didn't help him.
He was.
This is why.
He was totally staring at Zach like, why?
Yeah,
Are you
I mean, it was
doing
crazy. I mean, he stood there for a little while. Like as I was walking towards him, he was like, "Well, what's wrong? What?" I mean, he was trying to be compassionate, but like I was like bitching about it, and I was like, I felt bad. It was like this is why. This is why we can't live in harmony with other animals because there's psychos like me that, you know, get pissed about bird shit, and then I bitch out an innocent bird that's probably never done it in his life, and he was just walking around, probably just waiting for someone to throw him a little piece of bread,
Yeah.
and I almost killed him. Not really, but he probably thought I was. But I felt bad. Like I was like, you know, that bird was probably helpless and didn't deserve that.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, but it was a pigeon though, so pigeons are usually really fucking stupid. So maybe probably doesn't. It was a pigeon, yeah. It was a gray one.
Yes, it was a pigeon, yeah.
Because those other ones were
I can't
goals.
do anything about this damn cola machine.
Cola. Is that Candy Crush game?
Mm-mm.
What is it?
Cooking Fever.
Oh, okay. I don't know what those look like, so I don't know which one's which. You know.
I started playing Candy Crush for a while.
I never played it. I always thought like, I just thought there was like connect this shit together and then I thought it was dumb.
Basically what it is.
It's a ripoff of Bejeweled, which is the classic.
It's basically what it is.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I don't give a fuck
I
about any
think
of that
that's the
shit.
only reason why I never played like that Candy Crush or the animal version of it, because I'm like, I can just go play Bejeweled and get the authentic
You know
version.
they're making a free version of Animal Crossing for mobile.
What?
Did you know that?
No.
They're making a free version of it that's gonna
Like
be
I
on
was
mobile.
telling Humna, I think I'm gonna buy a DS again just so I can get that game.
Yeah. I told you I played the GameCube one. It was lit.
I had that one.
And then me, Alexa, and Abby, and my brother, we fucking played, you know, multiplayer all the time on the DS one. The DS one, though, the first one sucked ass because they took out all, like, the season shit. Like, there were certain events, but there was, like, no Christmas, no Thanksgiving,
really?
none of that shit. Because I think they did it for, like, religious shit. But then they came out with the one for the Wii, and then they came out with the one for the new 3DS. And then at that point, yeah. But I mean, it was a fucking cool game. But when you look back at it, I mean, it was really just like, hey, are you bored of your life? Well, here, control this kid's life, or he's probably hallucinating on drugs and talking to animals.
And he had his own house.
Yeah.
Bigger house than me.
Yeah. The game was lit as fuck, though.
It was.
I used to get so fucking pissed, though, about the fishing. Because I would always fuck up when there was, like, the shark fin ones.
Mm-hmm.
I would always fuck them up. Always.
Fuck it up. Watch it all burn down.
I got so fucking
We're
mad.
getting copyrighted.
Mhm.
Not.
You got anything else?
No, I guess that's really it. I mean, we
McDonald's
covered
has some new chicken tenders that are lit.
chicken tenders, McDonald's.
McDonald's is like they give you this whole like box.
Yeah, 'cause we got a 10-piece, and
Yeah.
it was in a big ass box.
Cost $12.
It did, and it's good.
Don't do that.
Do what?
No, I just made a really fucked up face.
Dumbass face that just came out of his face.
Yeah.
That's came out of his face.
I mean, the only thing right now that I'm doing is I'm just saving up my monies. I want to, like I said, I want to build myself a computer.
It's funny that you say that because you you didn't tell the story about how you almost bought a $500 guitar.
Right.
Off
No,
of eBay.
it was $400. It was like $450.
It was hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, but you don't understand though. That's the but a guitar that's normally like $1,500, $2,000, and all it needed was a refret, which is just $200. So it'd be $600 for something that's $1,500.
Okay.
That's a great fucking
Moral
deal.
of the story is you're trying to save your money, but
But
you
it
don't
was-
spend $600
okay,
on a guitar.
Well, here's the deal though. So
There's no deal.
I don't want to use my big amp anymore because I'm not gigging.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna be doing this whole fucking podcasting that I want to do with the music,
Yeah.
I can't have a big ass amp to fucking do it. Because like if I'm gonna record, I want it to all be fine, and
Yeah.
I want it to be really accessible. I don't want to have to lug that thing in and out wherever I'm at, this house or the next one I'm gonna be in, wherever the fuck. So I'm gonna get this one amp. It's called a Fender Champion, and when they came out, they were like $300, but now people are selling them for like $150. And like they're really great little amps. They're only 5 watts. They're not super loud, but they're decent. And there's nothing on them other than a volume knob. That's it.
Oh, really?
And then you just plug in your fucking guitar, and if you crank it up, it gives it this automatic distortion, and it's like slightly driven, and it sounds great. It's great with pedals. So what I want to do is I want to sell that amp. I'll probably get $400 out of it. It's a $750 amp. I'll probably get $400, $500 out of it. Try to sell it on Facebook or eBay, and then
Facebook.
well, no, they're the marketplace.
I know
Yeah.
they do, but it's still weird.
Well, I don't want to go on Craigslist and get raped. Fuck that. Anyways, though, I want to do that, and then the only thing is though, the little amp, it doesn't come with reverb, and if you don't know reverb, it's like this little kind of ambient noise that follows what you played. It's like if you played, say, like in a big area, and it kind of echoed just a little bit. It's not an echo. It's just like it's the sound kind of moving around a little bit.
Yeah.
And when you play with reverb all the time, which most people do, including myself, and then you play an amp that just doesn't have it, it still sounds fine, but you're like, it's missing that thing. So what I want to end up doing is I want to sell my amp that I have now, and just get a little pedal board with like reverb and probably like an overdrive pedal and something else, tremolo. Oh yeah, I was looking at tremolos right now. That's what I was playing earlier. And then just have that be my little setup, you know. And that's all I really want to do with that. And then my fucking my PC build. See, I'm not 100% sure now if I should build it or just get a pre-built, because the whole thing is I still want to save money. And also, if I do make this fucking 4K extravaganza thing, it's going to be a shitload of money. And then
Yep.
on top of that, I still need to buy video games.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to figure out what's the best thing I can possibly do right now, money-wise, and just try to figure it all out. Because I still want all that stuff, but I just got to see how long it's going to take me. Because I do know that I am going to have to buy the shit now when it's like Black Friday and fucking Cyber Monday and all that shit. But I just got to see what I'm going to do, you know? But the thing is, though, you get, cred on the internet if you know how to, build your computer. But and I like I said, at this point I know what everything does. I'm pretty good with this shit now, but I've never actually physically done any of it. So I don't know. I'm just kind of looking around to see what I can possibly get. I'm not gonna buy a used one. Fuck that. But yeah. I mean, that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to figure out my money situation and what I'm gonna be doing. Because like also I want to buy that microphone that's like $400. Because it has this thing on it that's really good. It's a good mic. So I'm just trying to figure it out, everything I'm going to do. But that's really it right now. Yeah.
That was a lot.
I know, I'm sorry, but that's literally all I've been doing now. I've just been trying to look for
Your
deals.
life story in like 4 minutes.
And I've been watching The Sopranos a shitload. But anyways, yeah.
All right. Well, that's the podcast for Monday. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Whoa. Please like, subscribe, follow.
And we'll be
Comment.
making more videos. Do you want to bring up what you want us to do?
Are you actually gonna make videos?
Yeah, but do you want us to do what video did you bring up earlier?
Yeah, but no.
The food video.
Oh,
Right?
you were talking to me?
Yeah.
No, it's not a food video, genius. It's a
It's
review.
reviews, yeah.
As in, I write the review.
Oh, so it's not a video.
No. I mean, if you want to make it a video, you can make it a video.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can make videos out of
I originally
that.
thought of it as something I could write on. our website.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, but I was just saying it could be a video thing that we could do too.
Okay. Then you heard it from Zach. It's gonna be a damn video.
We're still working on a video that's been in the making for quite a while now, involving our friend Tom.
Jesus.
Hopefully it'll happen eventually. Anyways, though, that's
Bye.
it. Bye-bye.